this video, we're going to have a look at points, lines, intervals, and angles. And by the end of it, you should be able to name these points, lines, and angles, as well as see different markings on different shapes. So let's have a look. We're going to start with some points. The way we label a point is with a capital letter. This is the point P. If we have 3 points in a row, we call those points collinear. The word linear means straight line, so if they're collinear, together they're on a straight line. Here we say A, B, and C are collinear. Here's how we name some lines. A line is named by using 2 points that it passes through. This is the line PQ. Notice the arrows at each end pointing in each direction. That tells us that the line goes on forever in each direction. An interval is similar, except it has a beginning and an end. This is the interval AB, and we name it in the same way, where we pick 2 points on that interval and call it AB. A ray has a beginning, but no end. Think of the sun shooting its rays out from it. It begins at the sun and it goes on forever in every direction. This is the ray CD. Concurrent lines pass through the same point. So these are 3 concurrent lines and they all pass through the same point M. So these are 3 lines through the same point, not to be confused with 3 points on the same line, which we saw was collinear points. These 2 lines are perpendicular, and that means that they meet at right angles. Sometimes we see roads that are perpendicular to each other and they make a T intersection. Down the bottom I've written what we call this. We call this PQ. That symbol, that upside down capital T, means is perpendicular to. So we've written PQ is perpendicular to ST. Let's have a look at how we make up angles, things that you would have seen in primary school. Where we have 2 lines which we call arms, where they meet, it's called a vertex. And this is where an angle is formed. 2 arms meet at a vertex to make an angle. When we name angles, we use the 3 points that make up the angle, making sure that the letter in the middle is the vertex. The name of this angle is angle AOB. O is in the middle because that is where the vertex is. Sometimes we use lowercase letters to represent unknown angles. Here we don't know what the size of the angle is. It could be 40 degrees, it could be 50 degrees. So while we don't know what it is, we use a lowercase x. Time to look at some markings. This is a parallelogram which we call A, B, C, D, naming the angles, the vertexes at each point. The 2 lines that are single indicate that AB is the same as CD, they're the same in length. That's the same thing as the double lines, that AD is exactly the same as BC. The little curves in each corner mean that the angles are the same. So this is the angle BAD, and that's equal to the angle BCD. Finally, we have those double curved lines at each angle. This means that angle ADC is equal to angle ABC. Let's take a look at some examples and what questions we might ask you. Here we have 3 different things that we may be looked at, and we're asked to name the objects. The first one is an interval, and it goes from A to B, meaning that we would name it AB. We don't have to write the words interval, we just say AB. There's no hyphen in the middle. I've seen kids draw commas between them, just the 2 capital letters next to each other, AB. The second angle, we have to name using the 3 letters on each point. So this angle would be angle PQR. The Q is in the middle because that is where the vertex is. This last diagram shows us the same 3 points, P, Q, and R, and it looks like the same angle except there's an arrow going around the outside. This indicates that it is a reflex angle, and when we name it, we actually use the word reflex when naming it. If we just said the angle PQR, we might be mistaken by using the acute angle. And that's it. We've named points, we've named lines, we've named angles, and looked at markings on a parallelogram. Hopefully now you can use that information to get into your work and ask me any questions tomorrow if you need to. Good luck.